Yeah, get your hands started live.
Perfect. We'll wait for some people to join, but we can start the munch.
Can I have a straw?
Oh.
The service here is terrible. I haven't seen the waiter all day. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you've been waiting all week, technically.
Technically, well, actually, I made you wait all week.
I've been waiting all week. Yeah, like, I was like, and then you didn't text me today till like,
until I woke up.
12 something,
Yeah.
and I was like, huh.
Yeah.
I was like, I gave him extra time.
No, I woke up at 10:30. Was like, you know what? I can close my eyes for like 10 more minutes. Woke up at 11:30. I was like,
Dishes mega waffle fry.
mega waffle fry, dude. All these are mega waffle fries. I lay back down again. Wake up at 12:30, and I'm like, I shouldn't do it again.
Alright. We got 4 people. I think that's enough to start.
Yeah.
Alright. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 3. And I know I've been changing the scenery, but I'm trying to get the perfect place for both audio, visual, and so my dad doesn't harm me for not being outside, kind of. But right now, we have the garage door open. I'd say that counts. And the honorary tape measure of truth. I actually measured it out this week. I think it was pretty good. And we have 6 feet. Right here. Oh. Alright, we're gonna have to end this.
Can we start it over?
Alright, so what's up, guys? I'm here with Chase Holyoke this week. As some of you may know, he's one of the funniest kids I've ever met, personally. And we went to high school together, and we also worked at Wayback together.
Yeah, quite possibly to this day one of the weirdest jobs I've had.
Weirdest jobs, like, but to work there with both you, me, and Eric, it was just kind of like.
It was really like the big 3 in Miami. You couldn't have thought of a better situation, and we just had to deal with. Well, not even deal with. You know what? No, I take that back. I didn't deal with them. I had some of the best stories from the funniest managers I think I will ever have in my life.
Dahlia and Tino are like a godsend.
Tino claimed that he did not see an African American man until he was 12. He lived in Spain or Portugal, and said that he just never saw one up until he moved across the country, or moved across whatever the world, I guess, to America.
You're gonna take 4 of these.
Yeah, I'll take. Ready? Okay, that's 2.
My God, it's one. You got the triple weedy. Alright, so yeah, we worked our way back together, and I wanna cause you quit,
Yeah.
right before we closed down.
So not to say I'm a mastermind, but
this kid predicts the future most of the time.
I quit and they closed down because they didn't pay rent.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
And funny story of how we found out that they were closed down. I went to go get my check on Sunday, and I go into the mall. It was at the Kingston Mall, and I go to get my check, and the gate is closed. And I'm like, well, this is different. They should be open, and they were not because they didn't pay rent. And then I never got my check until I think the next month.
Yep.
So that was way back in general was just, it was a good job.
Wayback was a bad dream, but an amazing story.
Very true, very true.
They would have me, little fat 16-year-old Chase, opening the store with Jack or Eric. That didn't make sense. None of us were 18. And here we are, just oh yeah, hey, welcome to Wayback. Oh, you want the manager? It's us. We're 2 times younger than you. And we're the manager.
I was cooking food, and I did not have any sense of what I was doing. I didn't take a course, I didn't take a cooking certified thing. Nah, they just slap me on the grill sometimes and be like, alright, cook a burger.
Dude, I hated it because I was the youngest, so it was like, all right, Chase,
Yeah.
you're gonna work register and do milkshakes and clean the front, and you can't say anything about it. And I was like, no, okay, I guess.
Well, the one, like, all-around bright side to that job was Craig.
Craig.
Craig was, he taught in Stoughton, right?
Yep, he teaches in
He
Stoughton.
taught in Stoughton, and the best shifts would be me, Eric, Chase, and Craig. And those would be, like, God tier, like, S tier shifts. Because Craig was so laid back, like, this dude would just smoke hella weed, tell us about it, and then tell us he's also a teacher in the same sentence.
Yep, and he's a father.
And he's a dad.
But he was just the nicest guy ever. I texted him that I was quitting, which is totally not like proper protocol at all. And I was like, hey man, yeah, no, I found a better job. And he was like, yeah, cool man, whatever, like we'll give you your check, next week and that'll be it. And I was like, oh, actually? Like that's just
Yeah, he's just like, he was the chillest dude ever. So you kind of touched on it, but I wanted to bring up like we had those shifts where like we would basically be running the show. But what would happen if like we were like the managers, but we were still like 18? Like we had like some shifts where there'd be like an hour span where we'd be by ourselves. But like, what if there was just like a whole weekend?
Probably, honestly, would have done better than Tino and Dahlia because we would have remembered that rent exists. So, I don't think there'd be a problem. To be honest, I didn't really know. And there was always like, do you remember the brothers, Jacob and
Yeah.
guy? They come in. One of them's like, yeah, no, this is way better than the gas station I was working at. And I was like, oh, what'd you do at the gas station? And he was like, pump the gas. And I was like, and that's the whole career. And this man was living on his own.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I pump gas. And I was like, more power to you, dude. But he's like, this is way better. I'm like, all right, yeah.
Now, not only was way back like a weird job in itself, but also like me and you have touched upon this. That span of like your sophomore year, my junior year, where we were playing like JV football on Mondays, and like just going to Eric's every weekend we were at Eric's. It came to a point where Anne Marie got us our own mugs that said Jack and Chase on both on.
Yeah. That period of my life I still don't believe was real.
It was just such like I felt too happy. I don't know. It wasn't happy, but like I was just like, I don't know. It was a weird time. It was
Content. There was never an actual like problem. It was
No.
like, yeah,
all right, cool. Like I got my license. Like everything was going well.
No, like I mean I didn't have my license, and for some reason my mom decided that she would still wheel me around everywhere, which is a blessing. But I'm like, dude, like I'm asking to go to Eric's every other day, and I'm not that close to Eric's house. I'm maybe like 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I'll do this for my job.
And like, oh, I remember one funny story is when you went over there, and then I didn't have a ride. So I was like, I'm close enough. I'll just walk. It took me like an hour and a half to get to Eric's. You're like, Jack, we could have picked you up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm almost there.
Dude, one of me and Eric's friends camped up. He did the same thing. He rode his bike. He lives in Bridgewater. He rode his bike and he shows up. He's like, hey, can somebody pass me a fan? I'm very sweaty.
So now we're here. So like, what have you been up to in quarantine? Anything special?
Crying.
Yeah. More crying.
Just crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2K, right?
No, actually, dude, I'm on a heavy COD grind.
Oh yes, that's right.
I'm playing like COD Week.
Yeah.
With my buddies. Shout out Ed, Brandon, Justin. Little bit of Sasha Sean action. Little EJ, Gavin, Cooch, Dog, my boys. We just It's actually I think that's the only thing that I'm like, oh wow, I'm progressing in anything, and it's a stupid video game that won't even exist in like 6 months.
Like, especially now, because, like, I'm not in, like, for those of you who don't know, like, my school has, like, ended, like, last week. So, I have nothing to wake up for at all. Like, I have no motivation to do anything. Like, I wake up, and then I just live. I live in my house, I go to my dog, like, 50 million times a day. I just don't know what to do myself. But thank God for video games.
Yeah, right.
Thank God. You also, were you thinking about starting a Twitch?
I am. I think as soon as I can afford a computer, I want to start streaming. Just to screw around. I mean, I want to move to PC anyways because I need to just move off of PlayStation because it's gonna be $500 for a PS5,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I could keep a computer for like $900, like well maintained, and it'd probably run better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha. And when you do start on Twitch, I already have one sponsorship. That's Gina's Haircut. If you guys need a haircut during quarantine, go to Gina's Haircuts. She'll give you the best cut for $10. Very low cost, very high quality. You like that? I did that on the fly.
That was good. That was good. I was off the dome.
Yeah. You off the
He's off the dome. He don't miss.
But I was gonna ask, when you do start your Twitch, can I get another sponsorship from you?
I'll agree. For one Danimals Crush Cup.
Half?
Take it or leave it.
Alright, I'll do 1.5. Sponsorship, another one. We're climbing up in the world.
You just saw a business deal happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Great
and honestly,
business deal.
That's bigger than the Disney Pixar merger. I will say that.
Another thing, I saw you playing tennis the other day with Eric. How was that?
Awful. I hate that kid.
Did you play it at college though?
I think, I do play. I technically played at college. Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm the best. I'm probably worse on the team, but you know what? I exist, and I'm on the team. And then
on your transcript and on your resume, Division III tennis player,
NCAA athlete Chase Holyoke. Look him up.
So I was actually gonna ask you. So I plan on trying out for golf in the fall. Hopefully we can get back to school.
Do it, yeah.
What's some advice coming from a Division III athlete like yourself?
Bro, it sucks. Like, I mean, for me, it was more because I transferred that like this past semester into everything, and then I'm like, hey, I'm just getting into this, and like now I want to play on the tennis team, but they're like, you gotta get this paper done, you have to do this. I had to do a sexual assault class, like, hey, like, don't be a weirdo. Like, that's the whole thing.
Mr. Weekly-Fil-A, we're looking at you.
Mr. Beasley.
Little tennis joke for you.
Little. Yeah. But it's just like, it's the weird little stuff that you don't think you need to do, and they're like, yeah, like, unfortunately, like, you gotta get, like, the blood of a goat off his mountain, and, like, then you can finally be an athlete. I'm like, why does that matter? Like, what is the point? Apparently, it's very necessary, and you get yelled at if you don't. So,
alright, I'll take that in consideration. But moving on, another thing other than video games that has been with us is music. Music has been a godsend during this quarantine, I think. So like, what have you been listening to? What's Chase's top list right now looking like?
Ooh, that new West Side Gun, fire. That whole album, I think it's Pray for Paris.
Yeah.
Not some dumb, stupid idiot loser. That I've been listening to some Backseat Lovers, a little alternative band I found.
Okay.
Through Tiki Talkie.
Classic. We'll get into that later.
Yeah. And what would be number 3? Let's throw it to reggae synth. I don't listen to it, but I think it deserves a chance.
It's like Beethoven Symphony. Like, it deserves a chance.
Oh, yo! I made a whole classical playlist over the break, and it's called Instant Classical.
Alright, so that's how quarantine's been treating Chase.
Yeah, I made a classical playlist last week. Oh, okay, so you're doing terrible. You can say it.
Some would say even worse. So the one thing that has been on Instagram stories, I hate Instagram stories, by the way.
Cancel Instagram stories.
Cancel Instagram stories. But I was like, all right, too many people were nominating me for this one, and I felt like a no-show if I was going to. So, and it was kind of like interesting to see some people's like music taste.
Yeah.
The Bill Clinton.
The 4 albums.
Yeah, the 4 albums. So what did you pick for that?
So I picked, I believe it was some rap songs by Earl Sweatshirt. Was it Blue Side Park or Swimming? Dude, I made 3 different variations.
One for your music and then one for classical.
No, okay. Some rap songs by Earl Sweatshirt, Swimming by Mac Miller. Excuse me. The Sun's Tirade by Isaiah Rashad. And the Backseat Lovers debut album.
I actually started listening to Isaiah Rashad because I've run out of music to like try and listen to. You know what I mean?
Isaiah Rashad's a madman.
He is. I like him. I like that. I like his most recent, even though it was like in it was a while ago.
2017?
Yeah, 2017. But I like it. I like that album. For me, I had 2014 Forest Hills Drive, which I think for me is my favorite album of all time.
And it's valid.
Yeah. I had The Lost Boy by Corday. And then on my actual one that I put up, I had like 2 country playlists, but like who cares about that, right?
True.
But I think on my other one, I had, I'm pretty sure I had Revenge of the Dreamers. Like either the deluxe or the regular one, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Godsend album, I think. And my last one, I think was like Welcome to the Womb by Pop Smoke.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like entering the 36 chambers by Wu-Tang Clan. And so I was like, that's a weird way to put it, but okay. Entering the woo. I was like, alright. Yeah.
But talking about Dreamville for a second, because I know you listen to some Dreamville, right? I think for me, like if I'm gonna listen, like that's one of the albums that I can listen through over and over again. What albums do you have like that? Or like for me, like I'll go on YouTube and I'll like watch people react to it just to give me a different way of like listening to the album. And like seeing other people that agree with me makes me like feel good. So like what are some albums like that for you?
No, I think that Revenge of the Dreamers album, completely solid to listen all the way through. Just the variations, it's like it's not all one schmood. Care for Me by Saba.
Yeah.
That was that almost made the top 4 albums, but they don't have a picture of it on the Bill Clinton Swag website.
No.
So therefore I could not say what my real 4th one would have been. But yeah, Saba, Care for Me.
Yeah.
Some rap songs. Again, these are like quick listens. I feel like anything over like 10 songs, 12 songs is like, alright, man, like
It has to be a great album for it to be over like that long.
Which Revenge of the Dreamers did.
Exactly.
And that's again like the acclaim. Like there's so much versatility. But I mean, you have like what 15 artists.
Yeah.
In a room. Like,
you can't get bored with the album.
Yeah. But yeah, Igor by Tyler. Obviously not a rap album, even though it was labeled as such.
Yeah.
But it's just a very enjoyable listen. I mean, driving around.
Yeah.
It is a certifiable vibe.
Certified by the Vibe Police, I heard.
By the Vibe Police, actually, the commissioner of vibes.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I don't like that flow of Tyler, but I do respect him for doing that, and I do agree with all the awards that he has gotten for that.
Yeah.
So recently, DaBaby came out with a new album.
The baby.
And that gets me thinking because I listened to it. There were some good songs. He had one with Quavo that I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
But this dude needs to change his flow. If he wants to stay relevant, like,
I want to fight the baby.
I don't know how that would go.
Somebody get the baby on the phone. Steve, get the baby. If somebody is in contact with the baby, I want you to call him and tell him I want to fight him. The baby,
He just
Ice
broke
Age
through the
baby.
garage like the Kool-Aid man. The baby.
Let's go.
And same with like Youngboy. Like, it's a tough listen.
NBA Youngboy makes music for dyslexic people, and that's not a bash on dyslexic people. That's a bash on NBA Youngboy fans. Because you can't hear the music. It doesn't make sense unless. He really is something else.
Yeah.
I think my top 5 most hated artists, I'll say Russ.
That should be on everybody's number one. Fuck Russ.
Young Boy. Late Eminem.
Designer.
And
Blueface, and we'll round it up.
Ugly God.
Ugly God, yep.
Ugly God made like 2 good songs,
Yeah.
and then when the world needed him most, he vanished.
Yep, for sure. Did you have a chance to listen to Tory Lanez album? Not a big Tory Lanez guy.
Oh, listen to Tory Lanez.
I like it. I thought it was a pretty good album. But the Young Boy piece that I want to transition into is the funny ass TikToks that come from like NBA YoungBoy fans, because I think they're so funny.
You mean the prisoner TikToks?
Yet like so exaggerated that it's like perfect. Like I saw a dude, he was like how NBA YoungBoys fish, and he had like his fishing rod like this, and he just went through the rod.
Dude, I swear to God, all NBA Youngboy fans have a tilted axis that their shoulders just automatically go over their feet. I'm telling you, like there's something wrong in the gravity with NBA Youngboy fans. Where they like,
Matt Loifman just joined.
Loif.
But yeah, so like TikTok in general has, I got on it this, I think 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah. But like a week.
Yeah, something like that.
You
So
just don't know time anymore.
I don't know. I don't care about time right now. I just care about my Chick-fil-A. So I gotta give you some credit. You're kind of famous on TikTok. I have to tell you.
I have a small TikTok following.
How many followers do you have?
I have like 5,200 right now.
That's, for the common man, that's a lot.
Round of applause to all the dumbasses that I tricked into following me on TikTok. You're stupid and I hate you.
Stupid.
I can't believe I brainwashed that many people. No.
What vid did you say would like had gotten you like famous? Because I have mine. Well, like what vid was it? What video?
I caught myself with disappointment and said my dad made it up for me, and people were like, ah! So there was a trend, as there are like a million on TikTok,
Yeah.
where the song Rodeo by Lil Nas X would play. And people were coming up with, they had the Whoa, and people made up the Buckle, and there was the Window, and I was like, oh, you guys know these dances? And then usually what the trend would be is somebody would make their own dance and throw it at the end. It's like, but what about, and it's like somebody was like, the seat recliner, boom, and they'd like go back, or like the e-brake, and it'd be, like some dumb stuff like that. And I was like, this is stupid. Nobody likes your dance. So I was like, you know what? Like I literally just pointed to myself and put text above myself that said, I'm a disappointment. And apparently, 80,000 people were like, that's my guy! He did that! So I made the caption like, my dad made this up for me, which, God, I I don't know if my dad knows it exists. My mom knows it exists, but but now they're just like, oh, does Chase think that we think he's a disappointment?
So they got me a new car the other day.
Yeah, right. No, so I'm like, because here comes my nephew, right? And my nephew, he's 11 years old.
Okay.
Shout out Cam, love him to death. He is a mouthy little shit. So, he goes around and he's, you know, he comes to my house for holidays, whatever it was, and he goes, hey, Grumpy. He calls my father Grumpy, his grandfather. And he's like, hey, Grumpy, have you seen these videos Chase makes? He has a lot of followers on TikTok. Look at this one. And of course, on my TikTok, I don't censor myself because I'm, you know, the funniest motherfucker in existence. So, I'm like, you know, just my raw self. And he's like, hey, Grumpy, hey, look at your giving me a stupid little idiot for like 12-year-olds. And I'm like, I come home from work, and my dad goes, you know, I'm sick of hearing what you say in those videos. And I go, you don't even use apps on your phone. You literally text and call on an iPhone. You might as well have a Nextel at that point. And he's like, I don't like those. I'm like, you're never gonna see them if a 12-year-old doesn't show you. Like, literally. But yeah.
So I want to ask, because I'm getting on TikTok, and I have one vid that has, I think it's like 40-something thousand views, and it's like 3,000 likes. Don't mean to brag, but nah, it's not shit. But are there any tips for getting famous on TikTok that you have?
Yeah, I think like Jack does a really good job at doing what you're supposed to do on TikTok, which is like use this sound, which is really popular, and like use this trend, which is really popular. See, I'm the dumbass. I'm the one that's like, no, I'm gonna make my own sound, and it's gonna be funny, and I'm gonna tell my own little story. It's gonna be funny,
and then you're gonna like it,
and it gets like 30 likes, and I'm like, I kind of ain't shit. But like, if you use those sounds, use those like hashtags, all that shit, and like, you'll get somewhere. Like, it doesn't matter if you may not get like 1 million followers, but you'll get like 20,000, and at that point you can be like, hey, random brand on Instagram that has 20,000 followers, want to send me free stuff? And they'll be like, yeah, like, we don't give a shit. It's like $10 of your life, but.
So, debate. Is TikTok better than Vine?
No.
Thank you. Air shake, because we shook on the first one.
Yep.
We have Corona now. Nobody talk to us.
Nobody talk. Don't text. No, because here's the thing. Like, Vine had its times where it was like zero creativity. It was like here's a remake.
It was King Batch with a giant spoon, and everybody be like,
The funny part of this is that King Batch has a giant spoon.
The Bernie Sanders meme.
Yes. I thought. Wait, what is it? Oh God.
I don't get it. He turned himself into a
pickle. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Yeah. So the thing about TikTok is everything is like uncreative, recycled shit. And with Vine, if you copied someone, you got like ran off the app.
Yeah.
Like they would catch you copying somebody, and they'd come and be like, yo, you stupid little idiot, dumb loser, nerd, you couldn't have. And then everyone would be like, gee, okay, like, cancel culture, fuck that guy, I guess, like, I don't know. But like TikTok, it's like, you can literally copy someone's video 1-for-1 with sound, and as long as you have more followers than them, it's your video now, and you own it, and it sucks. And I think the less talented people are getting more famous on TikTok.
Yeah.
In comparison to Vine, where I was like, this guy's actually funny or actually does something cool. Like, even the Zach King guy, who I think's a fucking nerd, but he's very talented with editing, so he got like famous off it.
Yeah.
Dope. Like, but you know who's famous on TikTok?
I'm a savage.
Like, why?
Yeah, I don't get it. I think the funniest dude on TikTok is the awkward guy who is like the fast
awkward.
food.
Oh, no. We're thinking of two different people.
No, like the dude who's like barbecue chicken pizza. Oh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the awkward shy guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, if somebody has one accent, let's see. Oh, 9% Kazakh. Nice.
Like, yeah.
What Taco Bell item am I? 5-layer beef cut burrito? Nice.
I like him. I like Brick Nerman. If you haven't seen Brick Nerman, you have to follow Brick Nerman. He is literally the funniest human up
I
there.
think you told me to follow him.
He's oh my god.
Yeah.
No, he's
there are some gems in TikTok, but they're hard to find.
Absolutely.
So another thing that we've had during quarantine, or that we actually had last night and is still continuing, is the NFL draft. And I think it was the funniest shit when Bill Belichick just put his dog in charge of like making the draft. Did you see that?
Yes.
I think that was hilarious.
That
just
was
from
hilarious.
like Bill Belichick's like personality wise, and then just like them turning the camera and being like, "Oh, his dog."
I will have to say, ESPN loves dead relatives. Like they milk that shit like the cash cow.
Yeah.
It is insane
I
how
know.
many times they're like
every like third pick would be like, all right, now we're gonna show you how his dad died.
Yeah,
You're like,
we literally have the real footage, actually, of how his whole family got eaten by a pack of wolverines.
like,
And they're
congrats, you're making millions of dollars. Let's remind you of your dark past.
And like, they never put up like useful stats to be like,
No.
for me to be like, okay, that's a good pick. They're like, he's a hard-headed, determined guy.
I noticed they use the word technician a lot. They
Yeah,
love that word.
yeah.
They love technician for some
Yeah.
reason. And also going in the NFL, Rob Gronkowski is now with Tom Brady. How do you feel about that?
Pain. I actually just sat in my shower this morning.
Just
It's just pain.
it really, because like it's the same. Like we lost Mookie Betts and David Price to the Dodgers, and then we lose two more people, and then we're just going downhill. We don't even draft a quarterback. Like
I saw a meme this morning, which check out this meme. But I saw a meme this morning that was Aaron Hernandez coming back from the gulag to play with the Rock and Tom Brady. I cried.
the Gulag memes are funny. The Gulag.
Every gulag meme. Thank God for Call of Duty, man.
I saw one, it was like, honey, our house burned down on a fire, and he was like, don't worry, it's gonna make it, and then it shows the video from up of the house like floating down with all the balloons on it.
God damn it.
But yeah, so Rob Gronkowski's now a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. We did draft two tight ends. I wish we had drafted Thaddeus Moss. Just for the name, because that's Randy Moss's, yeah. But we didn't draft a quarterback, but the Eagles decided to draft a second quarterback in Jalen Hurts in the second round. I don't know what they're doing, but EDP on YouTube, Eat That Pussy 449, that guy, I bet
Yep.
he's gonna go off in his next video.
Dude, God damn it, does it hurt to be an Eagles fan? The fall from grace they've had.
The fall from Big Dick Nick, just like catastrophic.
You got rid of Nick Foles and somehow your team got worse. Like, that is pain. I will
really
never
is.
know that pain.
And another thing, I've noticed a lot of NBA players have been doing like kind of like talk shows with each other, and it really does make me miss like basketball in general. But this year, who would you think you was gonna win the championship?
The Celtics, baby. The
Really?
Celtics are the balls. The Celtics are the balls.
They do have them. They do have many men on that team.
There's quite a few. No, I genuinely think matched up against Milwaukee, that at least in the East, the Celtics would be the best bet. Because Raptors, I feel like are just too small.
Yeah.
And like the Celtics are just smart enough to like kind of beat them out. And then beyond that, guessing either the Lakers or the Clippers come out of the West. And frankly, I thought it would have been the Clippers now that Paul George is back in full effect.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think Celtics could have handled them in a 7-game series, and it would have been fine. But like I think it'd be harder for them to get past the Eastern Conference Finals than the NBA Finals.
Really?
Like I understand that everyone's like, oh, the West is stronger, but the Bucks are the best team in the league.
Yeah, no, the Bucks are like it would be a close matchup against the Bucks, I think. Because like last year we had Al Horford to guard Giannis, and he was doing a really good job at it. Who would guard him now? Like we don't have Marcus Morris.
Shemi Ojeleye can literally kill Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he'd get away with it.
But for me, I really think the Lakers are gonna win. That was my pick. I said that last year. As soon as they traded for AD, I said the Lakers are gonna win it. It looked like they were gonna win it. It looked like LeBron may have had another MVP case for him. But yeah, that was my pick. Would the Celtics beat them in a 7-game series? That's tough because LeBron in the finals, besides when he was on the 1 year in the Heat, LeBron in the finals is tough to beat in a 7-game series. And then with added AD, like I haven't seen AD in the playoffs. That's the only thing.
Well, I mean, nobody's seen AD in the playoffs. If you know what I'm saying, man. Is it gonna be mustard or ketchup?
So, anyways, so who's your pick to win MVP this season? Because I told you mine would have been LeBron.
I'm seeing
Semi-Ojeleye.
I'm seeing stars after that job. Giannis.
Giannis.
Like
Back to back?
Not fair, literally. I think LeBron. God bless LeBron. I'm not saying he's a bad player by any means. He would be a close number 2. However, it would be a closer number 2 if number 1 wasn't Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Like he's a madman.
He makes it tough.
Best record in the league. Like what else can you say? And when he doesn't play, they don't do that. They lost against the Pacers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lakers without LeBron, you have AD, you have Avery Bradley, Rondo.
Now you're stretching after AD.
No. Danny Green. Come on now.
Alright, Danny Green's a shooter, yeah.
Danny Green. Caruso. Caruso, literally the vulture. Like, that team can win against good teams without LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas the Bucks, you got Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez and Eric Bledsoe, question mark? Like, Eric Bledsoe was bad on the Suns.
Yeah, he fell off. Like, he didn't fall off, he just kind of tripped because he was already falling off on the Suns. And then he just tripped to the ground even further. his tweet, I don't want to be here. Yeah.
My favorite basketball tweet of all time, and nobody talks about it anymore. But goddamn it, that man tweeted, I don't want to be here, and was on the Bucks the next week.
Speaking about tweets, did you see the tweets that CeeDee Lamb had back when he was like 14 or 15 about Big Bird?
No.
If you haven't seen the tweets that CeeDee Lamb has made, he got drafted this past week. Go look him up, and it's all about how he just hates Big Bird for some reason from Sesame Street. It's so random. Like some of the stuff he says is so inappropriate, but it's so funny at the same time.
Huge Big Bird hater.
Yeah. Also on Twitter, recently, I don't know if, I think you did participate in this, but there was like a, what do you call it? A thread.
What is it? What's
the string? But there's a thread of pictures of your 4 favorite players.
Yep.
So who did you put for that?
I put Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Vince Carter, and Mamba.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
And you did go to see Vince Carter, right?
I tried.
What?
I went to the Celtics Atlanta Hawks game in Boston, hoping Vince Carter.
Wait, did he sit? Aww.
Vince Carter and Kobe Bryant are my favorite players of all time, hands down. Vince Carter, wicked explosive, just an absolute madman on the court when he was younger, and Kobe just is Kobe. You can't say anything else about that. But I go to the last game, Hawks versus Celtics. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna see my boy Vince play. It is going to be off the chain. It's going to be crazy. I'm like, fuck yeah, like let's go, dude. Like me and Logan come in and we're like, dude, yeah, let's do this. And then I sit through 4 quarters of basketball, waiting for my hero, 41-year-old broken knee, bald ass Vince Carter to come walking onto the court. And would you look at my face when the buzzer goes off after the 4th quarter, and I'm like, he never played. He was barely on the bench. He was walking in and out of the locker room mid-game. He didn't care. He knew I was there, and purposefully. And I think actually the Hawks had another game in Boston, and that's why he was going to play that last one. But I was like, no, like come on, he has to play this one.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Wow.
And it was a close game.
Yeah, it was.
They could have used the extra minutes for like Trey or whatever to throw Vince in. Nope. They were like, hey, buddy, go out.
I'm sorry.
Double fist him. I mean, fuck me, I guess. Sorry to the Atlanta Hawks organization for whatever I did to you, but
like, hey, this kid from TikTok, he thinks he's funny.
You know what? I have an Atlanta Hawks jersey of Kyle Korver. Because when I was 13 and too white, I thought he was my favorite player.
Oh, so now you're less white?
Yes. No, because I was like, I literally knew nothing about basketball.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am a basketball fan. I played 2K. You're not a basketball fan. You play video games, you fucking nerd. You old fat idiot. God damn. And I bought a Kyle. I still have a Kyle Korver jersey. And I'm like, this is sick. I will wear this casually. Nope. Nobody told me not to.
I love it. So for me, I put LeBron, of course. I think LeBron's the GOAT. That's a discussion for another time if you want. And then I put D'Angelo Russell. I think his jump shot, like just makes me, like, I need new pants after he shoots his ball. Like, cause I think, like, the way, like, he just shoots it so casually, like the ice in the veins celebration, especially with the Brooklyn Nets jerseys, like I have his jersey upstairs, I think that was, like, the sickest time for him. And then I put Zion. I think Zion is gonna, hot take, very hot take, but after Zion played his first game, I told people that Zion was gonna go down as the top 10, one of the top 10 most dominant players to ever play in the NBA.
So like Shaq or LeBron type.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like, you just can't stop. Doesn't mean he's like the GOAT, but just dominant.
Yeah.
And then I think for my last one I had Jimmy Butler, just because he's Jimmy. Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah.
So yeah, but and March Madness, like, I'm just missing sports. Like, there's nothing. I watched the WNBA draft like last week for a little bit, like, just trying to get excitement.
I never knew how much my life was dependent on men playing with balls. And quite frankly, it hurts me now thinking about it.
Yeah, like I go throughout my day, like, you go on your phone, you look at highlights, and then, like, you don't even think about it. But, like, now you're just watching the same, like, Vince, like, Carter or, like, LeBron highlight, like, over and over again. I don't mind it just because those players are really good. But, like, just give me something new. I need something. Like, the horse tournament, like, what was that? What the fuck was that?
Have you seen the auctions going on right now?
No.
Dude.
Oh, like the car show auctions?
No.
What auctions?
Yes, you know, the car show. No, there's, so like major celebrities, NBA player, or like former or current NBA players, NFL, everything, actors, like all this shit are joining together to make auctions for different experiences. It's called the All In Challenge.
Okay.
So like, for example, what I think is probably the craziest is Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio have offered a winner of this sweepstakes. There's auctions and there's sweepstakes type things. So for the sweepstakes, if you win, you get to come on set to the new movie that they're shooting. You get to hang out with Scorsese, you know, DiCaprio.
And you were in a movie too.
I was in a movie. We can talk about that after.
Yeah.
And De Niro, and you actually get a walk-on role in the movie.
Huh.
Like you get like lines to say, and you get a little small part in the movie.
That's kind of cool.
And you could put down $10 on it and be like, yeah, maybe. And if you get the draw, you win.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And there's some auctions like Magic Johnson is auctioning off the full like Lakers experience.
Yeah.
And you can play horse with him, even though you don't want to touch him really, even before Corona. And like once that's done, you get courtside seats to a Lakers game, and you get like post game, like you get to go with Magic Johnson to the post game interview, and like all this other shit.
Don't touch him, of course.
Yeah, don't. Still, keep a distance, especially from spit and blood.
Yeah.
But
That's cool.
yeah, so I was in a movie.
Yeah, he was in a movie star. But yeah, we'll talk about that some other time because I now have known that there's an hour limit on Instagram Live.
Oh.
So we have like about 10 minutes left, but it's gonna be perfect because now to wrap it up, nowadays or at least before Corona, me and Chase were working in retail. He was in Best Buy, I was in Dick's, and honestly, like retail, like you hate it, but like you like it at the same time. Like it's easy, but it just sucks in general.
Absolutely.
Like it's such like an easy job. Like you just walk around to spare your time. Like, but I hate it.
I go home and my job invades my mind.
Yeah.
I do not have to worry about like, oh god, I have to do this tomorrow, or like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like an occupation where like I'm actively like, okay, what can I do to do better? I get paid $12 an hour.
I'm working minimum wage. Like I don't care that you give me a bad Yelp review. Like I'm gonna be out of here in like a year.
Yeah.
But for the Filet-O-Five this week, I told Chase to give me the because we both work in retail, the top 5 most annoying things when working in retail. So if you want to start off, you can.
All right. So there is a certain man who this applies to. For my former employer, Best Buy, I can say that proudly now. I only get their discount, and technically I don't work there, so fuck Best Buy. Just don't, please. So there was this guy, movie guy we called him. Literally called the movie guy because all he would do is walk around the movie section for literally 2 hours and just talk to any associate near him. So he'd be like, hey, have you seen this? And someone would be like, no. And he'd be like, well, let me tell you about it. Because, you know, you're not doing it. You're not working or anything.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you? Yeah, no. So this movie is actually, and he'd just give reviews to movies for people. And then I'm front lane, so I'm customer service, I'm checkout, all that stuff. So he'd come up to me at the end of his whole soul search and would talk to me for literally like 15, 20 minutes. I have a line of customers. This man is still, he goes, oh yeah, no. So I was thinking the other day that this movie with DiCaprio, I thought DiCaprio got, he kind of looks like Matt Damon. I'm like, what the fuck? What? I don't care. So if there is a section for movie guy who just thinks he's a regular there and can stick around, no.
You're in there.
Yeah. Top 5 movie guy. Fuck movie guy.
All right. One for me was a customer who think they can return anything. For example, one day this lady came into Dick's Sporting Goods with a Red Sox jersey, and she was like, oh, I bought this yesterday, but I didn't realize there was a stain on the front. And I was like, oh, okay. I turn it around. There's a stain going down the front like this, like the most important part of
It's
a
just
shirt.
literally ripped in half.
And I'm like looking at this, and I'm like, how did you not see this? She's like, I don't know, I bought it quick. I went to the game yesterday, and I just said yesterday I didn't see it. I was like, oh, so basically you spilled beer on it, and then you didn't want to tell me that, but now you're just trying to get money back. Yeah, I'll take it from you.
Yeah.
Here's your money. So yeah, that's my number one.
The automatic returner. I'd say old people. That's just don't care for them.
Just don't care for them.
Just don't care for them.
Old people are canceled.
Cross off the list. Old people. I've had multiple experiences where literally a millennial or like somebody like my age, like Gen Z, will come in and like something will go wrong with their whole transaction. I'll be like, sorry, you can't return this. It's out of policy. Like, damn. All right, my fault, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day. Old people are like, there is no fucking way I'm wrong. I am literally the word of God. There is no way I am wrong, and you're a
I'm older than you!
I've had a woman go, oh, are you your customer service? And I go, yeah, I'm a customer service specialist. And she goes, you're not serving me very well. And I went, I don't fucking care. You're the one who's buying 2 TVs, and I get 12 an hour. You think I care about what you think? No.
My second one is customers who think you are a pro at everything. Because I go into Dick's and I'm like restocking stuff in like fishing. Like I go fishing, but I don't know the ins and outs about each like lure.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what do you think about this one? And I'm like, I don't know. They're like, don't you work here? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, so why don't you know? And I'm like, buddy, I just, you're living. Tell me about neurology, like stuff like that. Like,
you have to be an expert on every item in the store, otherwise you're an idiot.
yeah, stuff like that. You're 3.
I'd say the emotional breakdown. When somebody comes into the store and automatically thinks it's the therapist's office and that I am the therapist.
Yeah.
I understand you're allowed to be upset. I don't give a shit. Like in both ways.
Yeah.
In like you do you.
Like, oh, I wish I had a discount.
Yeah, like you do you, but I will literally not even blink near you. Like I'll be like, okay, yeah, cool, dude. Like fucking peace. I've had somebody come up to me and be like, literally, I'm like, oh, like how's it going? And he goes, I mean, could be better. And I'm like, oh, why is that? Like maybe like somebody in the store fucked something up and I could do something for him. He's like, well, wife passed about 2 months ago. literally, and I know like that could sound like a joke or an exaggeration. No, like this man said, wife passed 2 months ago, and like he's doing the shopping that she would normally do.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm literally just. Yeah, no, sorry. Go back. Phone number for rewards.
That leads me into my next one. The people who ask for coupons when they come up to the register, but don't sign up for a rewards card.
Yeah.
Like, I had so many times where people are like, you got any coupons back there?
Yeah,
and I'm
right.
like, no, but if you sign up for a rewards card, you'll get them in the mail.
Yeah.
Like, to your house, so it's convenient. And they're like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want emails.
Yeah.
It's always emails. Like, who cares? They go to your junk file anyways. Like, you're not gonna see them.
I love people who are like, how many rewards do I have? None.
I don't care.
You said this is the first time you shopped here. What the fuck do you think? What was I gonna say? Am I on 4?
I think so. Yeah, 4.
Let's see. What was I thinking of? I just had somebody. Come on, wake up, Chase. Wake up. Like. Okay, you think.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
You do yours. I'll get mine.
Alright, so my 4th one is the people who ask, do you have that out back? Because like.
No.
Like just no. I don't. Do you want to know what's back there? It's the shipping area with just like pallet movers and shit like that. Like, do I have that out back? I'll go for the people who ask that. I will go out back, stand there for about 2 minutes, and then walk back out. And I don't have it.
All right. 4 for me. The dad jokers.
Yeah.
At the end of like. Literally, like every transaction, it's like, oh, like, fucking, I'll be like, the final total is like, is $36.92. He's like, is that what you're giving me?
or something doesn't scan, you're like, oh, so it's free.
So it's free, huh? He goes, or like, I was gonna say about the coupon is, they'd be like, oh, you got anything that could give me a little money off there? like we're drug dealing?
Yeah.
Computer wires?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't. I'm sorry. I guess. Not really. Or like, I'll just be like, oh, like, I mess up, like, stumbling on my words. He's like, what, cat got your tongue? Fuck you. I've been talking for 6 hours today doing this. Hi, welcome to Best Buy. How can I help you? Oh, okay. Is that gonna be it? All right. Phone number for rewards. I say the same thing for 6 hours a day, and you think I mess up one word and I'm distraught about it? No, I don't give a shit too. All right. And
okay, go.
the fiber. People who are going to a retail store, but don't want to be in a retail store. What, like, hi, how would you like your receipt? I don't want a receipt. Phone number for rewards?
No.
I don't want phone numbers. Fucking order online then, dude. Like, why are you here?
Why are you making my day worse?
Oh, did you find everything you need? Yeah, I guess, but it took a while finding it. Oh, damn, okay, that's crazy. Did you realize this is a store?
Did you realize there's people to help?
Or like, they're in a rush?
Yeah.
Like, oh, can we get this going? Like, I really gotta go. I'm like, so is it my fault?
So my last one for Dick's exclusively is the tent. The tent is a clearance sale that we have out in our parking lot in the midst of like a heat wave normally.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
it's in June to like August, and whenever I have to work in there, I sweat my ass off. There's people in there asking me, oh, what price is this? And it literally says it right on the turntile or whatever you want to call it. Like the best thing about it though is one day I ordered Wendy's from that tent and I just ate in the tent itself. And then another thing is that I just get to listen to my own music when I'm out there, and people just have to like it who are shopping there. But it's so annoying when setting it up because you have to bring out everything. And before, when we didn't have a cash register out there, you had to go inside and buy it. They sell tents. One of my workers actually thought the tent sale was for tents. Who worked at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh,
I asked him, I was like, hey, if you're going out there, let me know if there's like a size like 10 shoe that's like kind of cool. And he's like, oh, they have shoes out there? I was like, yeah, what do you think it is? He's like, I thought they just sold tents. And I'm
I
like,
better tell my camping buddies not to come here then.
hey, Bobby, you gotta go home. But yeah, so that was a good fillet of fun. That was a good episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Chase, for being here with me on this fine Saturday. We're actually going to go meet up with our friends in a parking lot, staying 6 feet away. So yeah. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next week.